Sir, don't trust the man in the red tie. A scrawled warning from a drawing by 10-year-old Mia Carter stunned Ethan Caldwell, the cold-hearted CEO of Vanguard Solutions, into silence. Shocking truth. A horrifying secret has just been unveiled right in the heart of the multi-million corporation in San Francisco. Before we continue, let us know where you're listening to this story from. San Francisco, New York, or somewhere else in the world? And when it's over, don't forget to rate the story from 0 to 10. Let's begin. The luxurious office of Vanguard Solutions, on the 50th floor of a shimmering skyscraper in downtown San Francisco, was bathed in the fiery red glow of sunset. The light streamed through the glass windows, reflecting on the glossy walnut table. The sound of typing and the low voices of arguing executives echoed in the meeting room. The atmosphere was tense, as if the entire world was betting on each decision. Ethan Caldwell, 38, sat at the head of the conference table, his deep blue eyes coldly scanning the directors. His expensive gray suit fit snugly on his tall frame, but his face carried the exhaustion of a man who hadn't slept for 3 nights. The board was fiercely debating a $200 million investment deal, and Ethan could feel unease creeping in. James Whitaker, the CFO with the striking red tie, had just presented the figures, but his eyes avoided Ethan's every time he posed a question. "We need to decide today," Ethan said, his voice deep yet authoritative. "Otherwise, the shareholders will tear us apart." At that moment, the conference room door swung open. Mia Carter, 10 years old, walked in, her big brown eyes sparkling with determination. Her black ponytail swung, and her neat but slightly crumpled blue dress was spotless. She clutched a large drawing nearly half her height. The directors were stunned. Whispers arose. The receptionist hurried after her, flustered. "Mr. Ethan, the girl has your business card. Said it was an appointment, so I had to bring her up immediately." Ethan frowned, surprised. "What card?" "Little girl, come here." Mia approached, unafraid, handing Ethan a familiar business card, the one he had given to Lily Harper, a teacher from Mission School, at a charity event 3 days ago. Ethan suddenly remembered. Lily, with her warm smile and passionate presentation about the education project, had impressed him. He had handed her his card, saying, "You can come to see me anytime you need." He hadn't expected Mia would show up today because of those words. "I'm Mia Carter," Mia said, her voice small but clear. "My mom, Ms. Lily Harper, asked me to bring you this drawing. She said today is Community Day, and you would see our school project." James Whitaker chuckled mockingly. "A child's prank, Ethan. Don't waste your time." Mia ignored him, laying the drawing on the table. Ethan glanced down. A brightly colored school, children laughing, and a man in a suit standing amidst them. But the bold red letters, "Don't trust the man in the red tie," made Ethan's heart skip a beat. James stiffened, his hand touching his tie. A silence fell over the room. Ethan clenched his fists, his heart pounding as if it would burst from his chest. "The meeting is adjourned," Ethan ordered, his voice cold as ice. "I need to talk to this girl." The directors shuffled out, the whispers fading. Ethan led Mia to a corner of the office where the sunset cast long shadows on the floor through the glass. "Mia, who taught you to write these words?" he asked, his voice low but sharp. Mia bit her lip, her small hands fidgeting. I heard my real mom mention it. Mom Sarah Carter, who used to work here. She said the man with the red tie isn't good. I just wanted you to be careful." Ethan took a deep breath, his gaze locked onto Mia. The sincerity mixed with fear in her voice made it impossible for him to ignore. But before he could ask more, Mia accidentally bumped the table, tipping Ethan's coffee over his papers. "Oh no. I'm sorry," she panicked, trying to wipe the coffee with her sleeve, only making things worse. Ethan, who had never laughed in front of his staff, unexpectedly chuckled softly. "It's okay, kid. This coffee was terrible anyway." Mia looked up blushing. "I can make better coffee. My mom taught me, but do you have a proper coffee grinder or just a lousy one?" The rare smile brightened Ethan's face, but quickly faded as he looked back at the drawing. "Mia, what did your mom Sarah say about the man with the red tie? And why did you bring this drawing today?" Mia took a breath, her voice trembling. "Mom Sarah died in a car accident 2 years ago. She used to talk about Mr. James, the man with the red tie, and a big secret at this company. I came because Ms. Lily said this was an opportunity for you to help our school, and because I think you need to know." Ethan felt the ground sway beneath him. Sarah Carter, the brilliant accountant of Vanguard who died in a mysterious accident. And now, a 10-year-old girl stood before him, carrying a warning that could topple the empire he built. But who was Mia? And why did her drawing lead Ethan to a dark secret within his own company? Ethan Caldwell drove his sleek black car through the bustling streets of Mission District, San Francisco, with the afternoon sun dancing on the sidewalks. The honking of cars and the laughter of children echoed from Mission Elementary School, where students poured out after school hours. Mia Carter's drawing with the fiery red words, "Don't trust the man in the red tie," still haunted his mind. Who is this little girl? And why does she know about a secret that could topple Vanguard Solutions? Ethan stepped out of the car, his gray suit slightly wrinkled after a long day, his deep blue eyes scanning the schoolyard. He clenched his business card, Mia's card, which reminded him of Lily Harper at the charity event 3 days ago. Lily, with her lightly curly brown hair and warm voice, had passionately presented an educational project that made Ethan, a cold CEO, unexpectedly stop to listen. He had handed her his business card, a rare gesture, along with the words, "You can come see me anytime you need." In the schoolyard, children ran around, the sound of sneakers scraping against the concrete. Ethan spotted Mia first. The little girl was standing by a small table, trying to sell homemade cookies to her classmates. Her blue dress was smeared with flour, and her black ponytail swung as she eagerly pitched, "Chocolate chip cookies, just $1. Homemade, really good," Mia shouted. But the kids giggled, pointing at the burnt cookies on the table. Ethan approached, suppressing a smile. "Mia, you still owe me that coffee this afternoon." Mia turned around, her brown eyes brightening upon recognizing him. "Uncle Ethan, I'm repaying you right now. Buy some cookies. I'm giving you a special discount, only 50 cents. She pushed a burnt cookie towards him, the charred smell hitting his nose. Ethan laughed, a sound unfamiliar even to himself. "You call this tasty? Do you need me to invest in a new oven for you?" Mia puffed out her cheeks, pretending to be angry. "Mom says everyone's first batch is burnt. Just try it, it's still good on the inside." She winked, making Ethan shake his head, smiling involuntarily. But his smile faded as he remembered the drawing. "Mia, where's Miss Lily Harper? I need to talk to her about your drawing." Mia pointed towards the school building, where a young woman was arranging books on an outdoor table. Lily Harper, 32 years old, was wearing a white sweater and faded jeans, her lightly curly brown hair hanging loose. She was smiling at a student, but her eyes turned somber upon meeting Ethan's. "Mr. Caldwell," Lily said, her voice warm but cautious. "I didn't expect you to come here." "Call me Ethan," he replied, his gaze locked onto her. "I came because of Mia, and because of the words on her drawing. She mentioned the man in the red tie and her real mother, Sarah Carter. I need to know what this is about." Lily took a breath, her hand clutching a book. The wind swept through the schoolyard, carrying the scent of freshly cut grass, but the air between them was heavy, like before a storm. "We should speak privately," Lily whispered, glancing at Mia, who was busy at the cookie table. "Mia shouldn't hear about this. Not yet." They stepped into an empty classroom, the late afternoon light streaming through the windows, casting long shadows on the blackboard. Ethan stood by the teacher's desk, his voice low but sharp. "Lily, Sarah Carter used to work for Vanguard Solutions. She died in a car accident 2 years ago." Mia said Sarah mentioned the man in the red tie. "James Whitaker, my CFO. Is that true?" Lily nodded slowly, her eyes filled with sadness. "Sarah was my sister. Mia is her daughter. But I took her in after Sarah passed. Before the accident, Sarah was an accountant for Vanguard. She discovered something wrong. She didn't give details, just warned me that the man in the red tie wasn't trustworthy, that she was holding a big secret. And then she died." Lily's voice trembled, her hand gripping the edge of the table, seeking support. Ethan felt a weight in his chest. The blackboard creaked as Lily unintentionally touched it, amplifying the tension. "Wrong? What do you mean? Did Sarah have any evidence?" he asked, his voice urgent. Lily shook her head. "I don't know. Sarah only said she kept everything on an old laptop. But after the accident, the laptop disappeared. I don't think the accident was just that." She looked at Ethan directly, her gaze sharp. "You're the CEO. If there's something shady in the company, you must know, right?" Ethan stiffened, feeling as if the classroom floor was shifting beneath him. He had long suspected James, numbers that didn't match, secret meetings with stakeholders. But a warning from a little girl, and Lily's confirmation made it impossible to ignore. "I don't know," he admitted, his voice deep. "But I'll find out." Just then, Mia burst in carrying a box of charred cookies. "Uncle Ethan, Miss Lily, I packed cookies for you, to pay off the coffee." The little girl beamed, but the box slipped from her hands, falling to the floor, breaking apart. Mia squealed, her face turning red. "Oh no, not again." Lily knelt down, hugging Mia, trying to hide her smile. "It's okay, sweetheart. Uncle Ethan doesn't need cookies." She looked up, meeting Ethan's eyes, and in that moment, a spark of warmth flickered between them. Ethan picked up a piece of burnt cookie, pretending to take a bite. A bit burnt, but with potential, kid. He winked, making Mia giggle. But when he looked back at Lily, her eyes were full of concern. "Ethan, if you pursue this, be careful. Sarah paid a price for that secret. I don't want Mia in danger." Ethan nodded, gripping his business card tightly in his pocket. The school bell rang, signaling the end of the school day. But for Ethan, a dangerous journey was just beginning. Will Ethan dare to uncover Sarah's secret, knowing that he himself might become the next target? Ethan Caldwell sat in a luxurious restaurant at Embarcadero, San Francisco, the shimmering chandelier reflections dancing over the bay. The clang of cutlery from the nearby table pierced the tension like a knife. Lily Harper's words about Sarah Carter, the big secret and the accident being not so simple, still echoed in his head. He looked at James Whitaker, CFO of Vanguard Solutions, sitting across from him, his bright red tie a vivid reminder of Mia's drawing. Ethan had arranged this meeting with James to probe, but with every passing second he could sense the looming danger. James lifted his wine glass, his smile smooth as a snake. "Ethan, you're too stressed. The $200 million deal isn't worth losing sleep over." His voice was silky, yet his gaze evasive, as if hiding something. Ethan tightened his grip on the water glass in his hand, his voice deep. "I'm not losing sleep over the deal, James. I want to talk about Sarah Carter. She used to work for us. What did she know about the man in the red tie?" James froze, his glass halting in mid-air. A heavy silence enveloped the table, the gentle clink of glass on silk napkin resounding like a warning. "Sarah, the former accountant, James laughed softly, but the laugh didn't reach his eyes. An unfortunate accident, wasn't it? She was diligent, maybe too diligent. He sipped his wine, a dangerous glint in his eyes. Ethan felt a chill down his spine. Too diligent? What do you mean, James? What did Sarah discover before she died? James shrugged, his voice light as air. You know accountants, Ethan. They dig into numbers, sometimes seeing things they shouldn't. But accidents, who's to predict them? He leaned in, whispering, You should focus on the present. Digging into the past isn't good for anyone. Ethan was about to reply, but his phone buzzed. A message from Lily Harper. Ethan, Mia just received an anonymous threat. Someone told her to stop talking about the red tie, or else you'll regret it. I'm scared. Where are you? Ethan felt his blood rush to his head. He quickly replied, but his fingers trembled, accidentally sending a smiley emoji instead of a reassuring message. Damn it, he muttered, trying to correct the message. Lily, I'm at Embarcadero. Don't let Mia go out. I'll be there right away. James raised an eyebrow, his voice dripping with sarcasm. What's wrong, Ethan? Shareholders complaining? Or is some cute teacher making you distracted? He chuckled dryly, but his eyes were sharp as knives. Ethan stood up, tossing the napkin onto the table. We're not done here, James, but I have urgent matters. He left the restaurant, the sound of his shoes echoing on the polished wooden floor, each step heavy with the secrets of Vanguard. As Ethan drove back to Mission District, it was already dark, the streetlights casting a yellow glow on his tense face. He called Lily, his voice urgent. Lily, how is Mia? Where did the threat come from? Lily answered, her voice trembling through the speaker. Mia's safe, but she's frightened. The threat came from an unknown number, untraceable. Ethan, this is related to Sarah, isn't it? I don't want Mia dragged into danger. Ethan gripped the steering wheel tightly, the engine purring softly in the night. I don't know, Lily, but I promise to protect Mia. Keep her at home. Lock the doors. I'm coming right over. When he arrived at Lily's small apartment, the light from the windows spilled out, warm but unable to dispel the unease. Lily opened the door, her brown hair disheveled, her eyes red-rimmed. Mia sat on the sofa, hugging a pillow, her large brown eyes filled with worry. Uncle Ethan, the little girl whispered. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have talked about the man in the red tie. Now someone is angry with me. Ethan knelt before Mia, his voice gentle but firm. Mia, you didn't do anything wrong. I will find out who's behind this. Do you remember anything else about your mom, Sarah? Anything she said about the company? Mia bit her lip, her hands twisting the hem of the pillow. Mom said she found something wrong in the books. She told me to be careful because someone didn't want anyone to know. Then Mom was gone. Her voice broke, and Lily quickly hugged her, her eyes looking at Ethan full of concern. Ethan stood up, clutching his phone tightly. James knew more than he let on, and the threat to Mia proved that Sarah's secret was still being hidden. But who was behind the threat? And what were they trying to conceal? In Lily Harper's small apartment in the Mission District, San Francisco, the desk lamp cast light on piles of books and scattered toys. Ethan, Caldwell, and Lily stood in the cramped storage room, opening old cartons of Sarah Carter, Lily's sister. The rustling paper echoed in the darkness, amplifying the tension. Mia followed, holding a flashlight, the flickering light illuminating her worried face. A threatening message had just been sent to Mia. Stop talking about the red tie, or you'll regret it. Still hanging in the air, and Ethan knew they had to find proof from Sarah's laptop before whoever was behind the man with the red tie took action. Mia, shine the flashlight here, Ethan said, his voice deep but urgent, as he opened a dust-covered carton. Your mom's laptop might be in here. Mia nodded, her big brown eyes lighting up with determination despite her trembling hands. Uncle Ethan, if we find the laptop, you'll catch the man with the red tie, right? Ethan paused, looking at Mia. I'll make sure he pays, Mia, but you have to promise to stay put. Don't run around, okay? Mia winked, a mischievous glint in her eyes. I promise. But you also promise not to like Miss Lily too much, okay? She's my teacher. She pointed, her voice like a strict manager, making Ethan and Lily blush simultaneously. Lily chuckled softly, her slightly curly brown hair bouncing. Mia, don't tease Uncle Ethan. We have more important things to do. But when she caught Ethan's eye, a warm glint flashed, even though both quickly turned away. Ethan shook his head, suppressing a smile. Kiddo, you really are keeping a close watch. He continued to open the carton, dust billowing and causing all three to cough. The night breeze rustled through the window crack, making the curtains sway and casting long shadows on the floor. They found Sarah's old laptop in a sealed box, carefully wrapped in an old coat. Lily hesitantly touched it, as if reaching into memories of her sister. Sarah kept everything here, she whispered, her voice breaking. She was always careful, but not enough to escape that accident. Ethan plugged the laptop in, the screen lighting up, but it asked for a password. Do you know the password? He asked urgently. Lily shook her head, her eyes blurry. Sarah never mentioned it, but she often used Mia's name or her birth date. Try those. Ethan typed Mia Carter and 04152014, Mia's birth date, but the screen flashed an error. Maya chimed in excitedly. Try red tie sucks. My mom hated the man with the red tie a lot. Ethan laughed, typing the password, and the screen unlocked. A folder named Vanguard Truth appeared, containing numerous emails and digital documents. Ethan and Lily exchanged a glance, their hearts pounding. An unsent email from Sarah to a colleague read, James Whitaker embezzled $50 million through offshore accounts. I have proof, but I am being watched. If I disappear, protect Mia. Lily covered her mouth, her voice trembling. Sarah knew she was in danger. She was trying to protect Mia. Ethan clenched his fist, anger surging. James wasn't just corrupt. He might be behind Sarah's accident. Suddenly, Ethan's phone vibrated, a new message from an unknown number. Stop digging, Caldwell, or the teacher and the girl will pay. Ethan stiffened, handing the phone to Lily. She read the message, her face pale, holding Mia tightly. Ethan, what should we do? She whispered. Ethan looked into Lily's eyes, his voice resolute. We'll find the final proof and expose James, but from now on I won't leave you and Mia alone. He touched Lily lightly, a reassuring gesture with deep meaning. The curtain rustled in the breeze, a reminder that danger was lurking. Lily nodded, her eyes flashed with trust. For Sarah. For Mia. She held Ethan's hand, and in that moment, an unexpected alliance formed between them. Mia, still holding the flashlight, interjected, Uncle Ethan, you're holding Miss Lily's hand. I told you. Don't like the teacher too much. She puffed her cheeks, pointing like a strict manager, making Ethan and Lily laugh, even though their hearts were still heavy. But does Sarah's laptop truly contain the key to exposing James? Or is this just the first step in a more dangerous game? Ethan Caldwell scanned Lily Harper's small apartment in the Mission District, San Francisco, the desk lamp casting shadows on piles of books and scattered toys. Sarah Carter's laptop, containing an email revealing James Whitaker's embezzlement of $50 million, rested safely in his hands. But the latest, threatening message, "Stop digging, Caldwell, or the teacher and the girl will pay," left him with no time to delay. Lily, he said, his voice deep but urgent, you and Mia aren't safe here. Come with me to my penthouse. The security system there will keep both of you from danger. Lily, her brown hair disheveled, held Mia tightly, her gaze wavering between anxiety and hesitation. Ethan, leave right now. Mia needs stability. I don't want her to get more scared. The curtain rustled in the night wind, a reminder that time was running out. Mia, her black ponytail swaying, looked up from the sofa. "I'm not scared, Miss Lily. Uncle Ethan is a superhero, right? I want to see what cool stuff he has at his place." She winked playfully, making Ethan smile involuntarily. Lily shook her head, her lips curving up. "Mia, you really are brave." She looked at Ethan, her eyes softening. "All right, Ethan. If you think that's the way to protect Mia, we'll go." Ethan checked the windows, locking the main door, and led Lily and Mia to the car. The lock clicked in the silent apartment, declaring they were entering a new battle. As they drove through the streets of San Francisco, the pale streetlights lit up Lily's anxious face. Ethan glanced in the rearview mirror, his heart pounding as he saw a suspicious car following from afar. "Lily, keep Mia down," he whispered, gripping the steering wheel. Mia, in the back seat, excitedly pointed. "Uncle Ethan, does your house have a pool, or is it just full of computers like your office?" She puffed her cheeks, teasing. Ethan laughed, trying to stay calm. "No pool, kiddo, but the coffee's better than the kind you spilled." Lily covered her mouth, laughing softly, but her eyes were filled with concern. "Ethan, do you think James sent the threatening message? Is it him?" Ethan nodded, his voice deep. "He knows we have the laptop. I won't let him near you or Mia." They arrived at Ethan's luxurious penthouse in the city center, city lights sparkling through the floor-to-ceiling windows. The security system beeped as the door closed. Mia immediately ran to an abstract painting on the wall, shaking her head. "Uncle Ethan, your house is so fancy but no TV. How do you watch superhero movies?" She crossed her arms, assessing his taste. Ethan raised an eyebrow, stifling a laugh. "You want a TV, kiddo? I'll set one up. But now, we have more important things to do." He placed Sarah's laptop on the glass table, opening the Vanguard Truth folder. Sarah's email glowed, revealing James's embezzlement of $50 million through offshore accounts. "Lily, we need more evidence. This email alone won't take James down." Lily sat down, her sharp eyes scanning the screen. "Look at this," she said, pointing to an attached document. A forged contract signed by James, transferring money through 3 overseas banks. "Here's the key to proving his financial manipulation." The mouse clicked, like a countdown to an inevitable confrontation. Ethan clenched his fist, anger surging. James isn't just corrupt, he might be behind Sarah's accident to silence her. Lily nodded, her voice trembling. Sarah knew she was in danger but still tried to protect Mia. She touched Ethan lightly, an unconscious gesture but deeply meaningful. Ethan looked into Lily's eyes, his chest tightening. "Lily, I lost my wife to illness 5 years ago. I can't let you and Mia be in danger. Tomorrow's shareholders' meeting is the chance to expose James." Lily clenched his hand, her eyes flashing with trust. "For Sarah, for Mia." Mia, bustling around the room, chimed in. "Uncle Ethan, if you're a superhero, you have to defeat the man with the red tie. I believe in you." She raised her fist, making Ethan smile, even though his heart was heavy. Suddenly, Ethan's phone vibrated. A message from Alex, a security staff member. "Mr. Caldwell, James is interrogating the IT team about Sarah's laptop. He knows you and Miss Harper are investigating. He's inspecting the company's old archives." Ethan stiffened, showing the message to Lily. "He knows," he whispered. "We have to make the evidence public at the meeting before he wipes everything clean." Lily took Mia's hand, her gaze sharp. "Ethan, the meeting is James's turf. He won't let you win easily." Ethan nodded, his eyes full of concern. "If we fail, he won't spare anyone." The wind rustled through the penthouse window, the curtains rustling as a reminder that danger was lurking. Ethan held Lily's hand, his voice deep but determined. I'll confront James, but I need you and Mia to stand behind me. Will Ethan stop James before the evidence is erased, or will the shareholders' meeting become the final trap? The Fairmont Hotel, San Francisco, shimmers with chandelier lights in the shareholder conference hall of Vanguard Solutions. The whispering of the shareholders rises like a wave, blending with the gentle clinking of wine glasses. Ethan Caldwell stands on the podium, wearing a sharp gray suit, but his deep blue eyes are tense. Sarah Carter's laptop, containing fake emails and contracts proving James Whitaker embezzled $50 million, is in his hands. Today, Ethan will publicly disclose the evidence to expose the man in the red tie. But the trap that James has set can swallow him whole. Lily Harper sits in the front row, her slightly curly brown hair quivering as she tightly holds Mia's hand. Mia, with her swinging black ponytail, looks at Ethan with confidence, as if he is the superhero in her favorite movie. "Ladies and gentlemen," Ethan begins, his voice deep but sharp, "I have evidence of corruption within our very company." He opens the laptop, displaying Sarah's emails on the large screen. Sarah Carter, a former accountant, discovered CFO James Whitaker transferred $50 million into offshore accounts. She died in a mysterious accident shortly thereafter. Whispers spread throughout the hall like a breeze through the forest. James, sitting at the board table, smiles smoothly, his bright red tie like a challenge. "Ethan, are you that desperate?" he says, sarcastically. "Fabricating evidence to eliminate me?" Sarah Carter is no longer here to verify. "Who knows where you got these emails from?" Ethan clenches his fist, his heart pounding. "James, this is a forged contract signed by you. Shareholders have the right to know the truth." He projects the document onto the screen, the sharp letters cutting through the air like a knife. But James stands up, his voice resonating like a seasoned actor. "Ladies and gentlemen, this is a conspiracy. Ethan is losing control of Vanguard. He wants to blame me to cover up his mistakes. I have evidence to the contrary." He produces a stack of documents, claiming they are audit reports, proving Ethan's misrepresentation of figures. The sound of pages turning rustles in the hall, like the heartbeat of a choked secret. Shareholders murmur. Their doubtful glances turn to Ethan. The chairwoman, Evelyn Stone, stands up. "Mr. Caldwell, we need time to review. You are temporarily suspended as CEO pending investigation." Ethan stiffens, feeling as if the floor of the hall has collapsed beneath him. Bitter failure. Lily grips Mia's hand tighter, her gaze full of concern. Mia whispers, her voice trembling. "Aunt Lily, will Uncle Ethan be okay?" Lily hugs the girl, her voice gentle but firm. "He won't give up, Mia. We'll help him." Mia nods, her eyes glowing with trust. After the conference, Ethan steps onto the hotel rooftop, the night wind of San Francisco blowing through, making his tie flutter. Lily and Mia follow behind, the city lights illuminating his face, now full of disappointment. "I lost, Lily," Ethan says, his voice deep, nearly breaking. "James turned the tide. I couldn't protect Sarah's truth." Lily steps forward, placing a hand on his shoulder. "Ethan, you haven't lost yet. You've made the evidence public, and the truth will find its way. Sarah also fought like you did, even knowing the risk." She pauses, her gaze tinged with sadness. "I lost her because of that accident. But I don't want to lose anyone else." Ethan looks at Lily, his chest tightening. The distant sound of waves from San Francisco Bay echoes, reminiscent of the losses he has endured. "Lily, 5 years ago, I lost my wife to illness. She was my light, but I was too busy building Vanguard to notice she was fading. I don't want to repeat that mistake." He holds Lily's hand, a gesture both gentle and determined. "I won't let James win, not just for Sarah, but for you and Mia." Mia chimes in, hugging Ethan's leg. "Uncle Ethan, I know you're a superhero. You'll defeat the man in the red tie." The girl looks up, eyes sparkling, then tilts her head. But next time, wear a blue tie. It looks better than the gray one. Ethan chuckles softly, patting Mia's head, feeling a rare moment of relief amidst the storm. Lily smiles, her gaze sharp. Ethan, James may have won this round, but Sarah's laptop holds more evidence. I'll find more. We haven't run out of options. She grips Ethan's hand, an invisible bond forming between them, stronger than today's failure. Ethan nods, determination flashing in his eyes. The conference was a trap, but I won't give up. James thinks he controls everything, but he doesn't know we have each other. The night wind blows stronger, as if carrying the promise of a counterattack. Ethan has lost everything, but will Lily find the key to save him, or will James strike first? Lily Harper sits in the spacious living room of Ethan Caldwell's penthouse in downtown San Francisco, the city's lights twinkling through the floor-to-ceiling windows. Sarah Carter's laptop, containing fake emails and contracts proving James Whitaker embezzled $50 million, sits before her. After the bitter failure at the shareholder conference where Ethan was suspended, Lily knows they need a stronger key to expose the man in the red tie. Mia, with her swinging black ponytail, rummages through an old toy box Sarah left behind, her eyes lighting up as she finds an old stuffed bear. Uncle Ethan, Aunt Lily, look. Mia holds up the bear, shaking it. A small object falls out, rolling across the polished wooden floor, a tiny USB labeled for Mia. Lily stiffens, her heart pounding. Sarah left this, she whispers, her voice trembling. She knew she'd need it. Ethan, standing beside the glass table, picks up the USB, his deep blue eyes flashing with hope. This could be the final evidence we need. He plugs the USB into the laptop, the computer whirring softly, like the heartbeat of a secret about to be revealed. A video appears, Sarah Carter, with hair resembling Lily's, looking straight into the camera, her voice resolute. If you're watching this, I've passed. James Whitaker embezzled $50 million through offshore accounts. He threatened me when I discovered it. If I have an accident, send this video to the press. Protect Mia. Lily covers her mouth, her eyes welling with tears. Sarah knew the risk she faced. She left the video to save Mia. Ethan squeezes Lily's hand, anger surging. James is not just corrupt, he's behind Sarah's accident. Mia clutches the bear, her voice small but determined. Mom wanted me safe. Uncle Ethan, Aunt Lily, we must send this video out. Ethan nods, his gaze sharp. We'll send it to the San Francisco Chronicle. They'll publish the truth. They leave the penthouse, driving to a public cafe in Mission District to send the video via a secure network. The coffee machine hisses, mingling with the sound of customers typing. Ethan plugs the USB into the public computer, but the screen freezes, blinking errors. Damn, he mutters, trying to restart it. Lily covers her mouth with a quiet laugh. The CEO beaten by a coffee machine? Such outdated technology. Ethan raises an eyebrow, pretending to be annoyed. If the teacher can't help, don't mock me. Mia giggles, chiming in. Uncle Ethan, I know how to restart computers at school. Want me to help? Ethan pats the girl's head, smiling. You're a lifesaver, kiddo. The video is finally sent, but as they leave the cafe, Ethan notices a man in a black coat standing at the street corner, his eyes fixed on them. Lily, he whispers, clenching her hand tightly. We're being watched. The man's footsteps echo behind them, like the heartbeat of an impending danger. They hurriedly return to the penthouse, locking the security doors. Ethan calls Alex, the security staff, his voice urgent. Alex, has James hired a detective? Is anyone watching me and Miss Harper? Alex responds, his voice tense. He hired a guy last week, asking about the laptop and Miss Harper. You need to be careful. Lily holds Mia's hand, her gaze sharp. Ethan, The video will be published soon, but James won't stay idle. We need a plan. Ethan nods, determination flashing in his eyes. We'll wait for Chronicle to publish the article. But if James acts first, I'll protect you and Mia at all costs. Mia looks up, hugging the bear tighter. Uncle Ethan, Mom said truth always wins. This video will defeat the man in the red tie, right? Ethan smiles, but his heart is heavy. Yes, kiddo. But we must be faster than him. The wind blows through the penthouse window, making the curtains rustle, carrying a warning. Does Sarah's video have the power to topple James? Or is it the final trap he has set? Early morning at the San Francisco Chronicle newsroom, a burst of hectic activities as reporters tapped on keyboards and phones rang incessantly. Ethan Caldwell stood in the corner of the newsroom, his sharp blue eyes fixed on the large screen. Sarah Carter's video, sent from the coffee shop last night, was just published on the front page. Former Vanguard accountant accuses CFO of embezzling $50 million due to involvement in fatal accident. The sound of clicking keyboards echoed like a storm, amplifying the tension. Ethan clenched his fists, knowing that this evidence would topple the red tie man. But was it the last trap? Lily Harper stood next to him, her lightly curly brown hair quivering, her eyes full of worry but determined. Mia, her ponytail swinging, clung to Lily's hand, her eyes bright as she looked at the screen. Uncle Ethan, my mom's on the news. The red tie man will be arrested now, right? She asked, her voice excited. Ethan knelt down, smiling at Mia. I hope so, kiddo. But we have to wait and see. He looked at Lily, their eyes meeting, an invisible connection holding them together amidst the storm. On screen, Sarah's video replayed, her face stern as she accused James Whitaker of embezzlement and threatening her when she discovered the secret. Chief reporter Clara Nguyen approached Ethan. Mr. Caldwell, this video is shocking. We've verified the falsified contract from Sarah's laptop. Police are heading to Vanguard's headquarters to arrest James. Ethan nodded, his chest tightening. Sarah deserves for the truth to come out. Lily held his hand, her voice trembling. She fought for this, for Mia. The sound of police sirens blared from afar, mingling with the phone chimes in the newsroom. On the TV screen, live footage showed James Whitaker, his red tie askew, being handcuffed and led out of the Vanguard office. Stakeholders buzzed. Vanguard stocks plummeted on the stock ticker. Ethan felt the floor shift beneath his feet, as if the entire world of Vanguard was collapsing. The board of directors called immediately after, Evelyn Stone's voice urgent over the speaker. Mr. Caldwell, we revoke the suspension order. You are reinstated as CEO immediately. Vanguard needs you. Ethan looked at Lily and Mia, his gaze somber. I need time to think, he replied, hanging up. Lily frowned, her voice soft but firm. Ethan, you're turning it down. Vanguard is your life. Ethan turned, his eyes resolute. No, Lily. Vanguard was my life. But now, I want to spend time on what really matters. He gently touched Mia's hand, then looked at Lily. You and Mia. Sarah gave me this chance, and I don't want to miss it. Mia jumped, hugging Ethan's leg. Uncle Ethan, you're quitting being the big boss to play with me? I want to interview you like a young reporter. Are you a superhero? She mimicked holding a microphone, making Ethan and Lily laugh. Ethan knelt down, pretending to answer seriously. Young reporter, I'm not a superhero, but I have two amazing women who make me stronger. Mia puffed her cheeks playfully. I know you like Ms. Lily. I'm going to ask the next question. Lily blushed, covering her mouth with laughter, but her eyes shone when she looked at Ethan. Clara Nguyen burst in urgently. Mr. Caldwell, police have just found new evidence in James's car. A technical report shows Sarah's car brakes were tampered with before the accident. They are investigating further. Ethan stiffened, clutching Lily's hand tighter. So James really was behind Sarah's accident. he whispered. Lily hugged Mia, her eyes brimming with tears. Sarah was right. She knew the risk, but she fought anyway. She looked at Ethan, her voice firm. We have to make sure James pays fully, for Sarah, for Mia. Ethan nodded, his eyes gleaming with determination. We will see this case through. But I'm not going back to Vanguard. I want to start a foundation, named after Sarah, to help children like Mia. Mia looked up, hugging her old teddy bear. Uncle Ethan, who will my mom's foundation help? Ethan smiled. Children who need a chance, kiddo. Just like you gave me. The phones in the newsroom kept ringing, like the heartbeat of a secret yet fully revealed. Ethan looked out the window, the early sunlight glistening over the San Francisco Bay. But one question still hung in the air. James was arrested, but who was the real mastermind behind Sarah's accident? Ethan Caldwell stood in the San Francisco police office, light streaming through the window, casting long shadows on the wooden floor. Sarah Carter's video, released on the San Francisco Chronicle, had led to James Whitaker's arrest for embezzlement and involvement in Sarah's accident. But the question of the real mastermind lingered, like an unrevealed secret. Ethan clenched his phone, having just received a message from Alex, the security staff. Mr. Caldwell, Ava Thompson, James's assistant, wants to meet you. She knows something. Lily Harper stood beside Ethan. Her lightly curly brown hair shook gently, her eyes full of worry. Mia, her ponytail swinging, hugged her mom Sarah's teddy bear, looking at Ethan with radiant faith. Uncle Ethan, Ms. Lily, we're about to find out who caused the accident to my mom, right? The little girl asked, her voice small yet firm. Ethan knelt down, smiling at Mia. I hope so, kiddo. Stay with Ms. Lily, all right? He looked at Lily, their eyes meeting, an invisible bond holding them steady. Ava Thompson stepped in, her blonde hair tied up, eyes sharp yet trembling. The sound of her high heels tapping the floor mirrored the heartbeat of a truth about to burst open. Mr. Caldwell, Ava said, her voice low. I was the one behind Sarah's accident. Not James, it was me. Ethan froze, gripping the chair arm tightly. Lily hugged Mia tighter, her eyes flaring with anger. Why? Lily whispered, her voice shaking. Sarah was my sister. Why did you do it? Ava bowed her head, her eyes blurred. My father once worked for Vanguard, under Mr. Caldwell. He was fired by Mr. Caldwell 10 years ago over a minor mistake. He lost everything, and I vowed to make Mr. Caldwell pay. She paused, her voice breaking. I found out Sarah was investigating James, and I tampered with her car brakes to frame James. I wanted to destroy Vanguard, to destroy you. Ethan felt the floor swaying. Ava, do you realize how much pain you've caused? He asked, his voice deep yet sharp. Sarah is gone. Mia lost her mother. All because of your hatred? Ava knelt down, tears streaming. I'm sorry. I never imagined it would go this far. I will confess everything to the police. She looked at Mia, her voice choked. Little one, I'm sorry I took your mom away. Mia hugged her teddy bear tighter, her eyes red but silent. Lily held Mia's hand, her eyes softening. Ava, Sarah would forgive. But you have to face the consequences. Ava nodded, letting the police take her away. The sound of handcuffs clinked, closing a painful chapter. Ethan led Lily and Mia to Ocean Beach, the purple-tinted sunset draping over the waves, the gentle sound of waves lapping, soothing old wounds. Ethan knelt before Mia. Mia, I can't replace your mom, but I promise I'll always protect you. Mia hugged him, her soft voice. Uncle Ethan, I know Mom wanted me to be strong. I want you and Ms. Lily to stay with me. Ethan looked at Lily, his heart pounding. Lily, I've lived in the past too long, with loss and mistakes. but you and Mia have given me a reason to look to the future." He took out a small ring from his pocket, the silver gleaming in the sunset. "I won't promise perfection, but I want us to be a family. Lily, will you join me in building that?" Lily covered her mouth, her eyes teary. "Ethan, I'm scared of losing anyone else. But with you and Mia, I want to try." She held Ethan's hand, their fingers intertwined, like a silent promise. Mia jumped up, her ponytail bouncing wildly. "Uncle Ethan, you have to say it more romantic. Say something like, 'You are the light of my life.'" The little girl acted like a performer, making Ethan and Lily laugh. Ethan ruffled Mia's hair. "Kiddo, I'll learn romance from you." Lily smiled, her eyes bright. "Ethan, we will build Sarah's foundation for Mia and other children. But first, we have to be a family." She hugged Ethan and Mia, the cool sand underfoot, but their hearts warm under the sunset. The love between Ethan and Lily began. But how will they build their family and future? Ethan Caldwell stood in the Mission District Community Center, San Francisco, with the festival lights shimmering on the vibrant banners. The laughter of children and gentle violin music mingled with the fresh scent of flowers from decorative bouquets. After Ava Thompson confessed to being the master planner behind Sarah Carter's accident, Ethan decided to turn pain into happiness by founding the Sarah Carter Foundation to support orphan children. Today was the launch of their first project, and Ethan, in a blue suit, Mia's favorite color, stood beside Lily Harper, his eyes gleaming with hope. Lily, her light brown curls loose, wore an elegant white dress and coordinated the volunteers with a radiant smile. Ponytailed Mia darted around the center, handing out materials to the attending families. "Ms. Lily, Mr. Ethan, how many of my friends will this fund help?" Mia asked, her bright brown eyes holding a stack of papers bigger than herself. Ethan knelt down, smiling. "Hundreds of kids, little one, just like your mother did. We're giving them a chance." Mia nodded, her eyes twinkling. "Mom would be proud." Applause from the volunteers echoed, enhancing the joy in the air. Lily approached, placing a hand on Ethan's shoulder. "Mr. Caldwell, this fund is Sarah's dream, but you've made it a reality." She looked at him, her eyes full of emotion. "I didn't expect a CEO like you to have such a big heart." Ethan held Lily's hand, his voice deep yet warm. "Lily, I once thought Vanguard was everything, but you and Mia showed me what true happiness is." He paused, a tender light flickering in his eyes. "I want us to build a family, not just this fund." Lily blushed, but her smile shone brightly. "Ethan, I want that too. But we need to take it slow, for Mia." She glanced at Mia, busy arranging chairs, oblivious to them. "We need time for her to accept." Ethan nodded, gripping Lily's hand tighter. "I will wait, Lily, but I want to do this right, for you and Mia." The violin music shifted to a slow melody, soothing old wounds in their hearts. Mia ran over, hugging Ethan's leg. "Mr. Ethan, I overheard. Are you and Ms. Lily doing something secretive? Getting married without asking me to be a bridesmaid?" The little girl pouted, pretending to be angry, making Ethan and Lily burst out laughing. Ethan patted Mia's head, teasingly. "Little bridesmaid, I haven't proposed yet, but if I do, you'll be the first to know." Mia giggled, skipping around. "I want to wear a pink dress with a big bow. Mom loved pink." Lily covered her mouth, tears in her eyes, but her smile was unmistakable. The launch event began, and Ethan stood at the podium, his voice strong. "The Sarah Carter Foundation is not just a fund. It's a promise to children like Mia that they will never be alone." He looked down at Mia, standing next to Lily, clapping enthusiastically. "Sarah left a legacy, and we will continue it, for the happiness of these children." Lily stepped onto the stage, her voice trembling but determined. I lost my sister in a painful accident, but Sarah left Mia and this dream. I will lead this fund, so every child has a chance to shine." She held Ethan's hand, their eyes meeting in a silent vow. Thunderous applause followed, like waves crashing from the audience's hearts. After the ceremony, Ethan, Lily, and Mia sat on a bench outside, festival lights shining on their faces. Mia hugged her mother Sarah's teddy bear, speaking softly. "Mr. Ethan, Ms. Lily, I used to be afraid no one would want me after Mom died. But now I have you both, right?" Ethan hugged Mia, his voice deep yet warm. "You always have us, little one. Forever." Lily held Mia's hand, tears in her eyes. "Mia, you're our light. And so is Mr. Ethan." She looked at Ethan, a soft smile on her lips. "We're a family, no matter what happens." Ethan felt his chest tighten, as if all past pain had vanished. "Lily, I've lived in loss for too long, but you and Mia are the future I want to build." He pulled out a small box from his pocket, not opening it, but his gaze said it all. "I want to do this the right way, but I need Mia's agreement first." Mia jumped up, hugging both Ethan and Lily. "I agree, but you have to promise to bake with me, because Ms. Lily makes way better cakes than you." She giggled, making Ethan and Lily laugh, tears streaming down their cheeks. The violin continued to play from the center, singing of a future full of happiness. But will Mia accept Ethan as her new father, or is another challenge awaiting their family? Ethan Caldwell stood in Lily Harper's small apartment in the Mission District, San Francisco. Candlelight flickering from the candles on the dining table, mirroring on the windows. Gentle piano music played from the speakers, mingling with the aroma of freshly baked cookies that Mia had attempted to make up for the previous burnt ones. After the Sarah Carter Foundation's launch, the question of whether Mia would accept Ethan as her new father still hung in the air. But tonight, Ethan decided to turn the promise of family into reality. He clenched the ring box in his pocket, his heart pounding like at $1 million deal. Lily, in a simple white sweater, was setting the dishes in the kitchen, her light brown curls bouncing as she laughed with Mia. Ponytailed Mia buzzed around, setting the table, placing a plate of freshly baked cookies in the center. "Mr. Ethan, Ms. Lily, I made better cookies this time, no more burnt ones." She held up a thumbs up, her playful voice making Ethan chuckle. Ethan walked over, his deep blue eyes gentle. "Mia, you're definitely the #1 chef. But tonight I have something more important to say." He glanced at Lily, his heart beating wildly. "Lily, Mia, could you sit down for a moment?" Lily raised an eyebrow, her gaze curious. "Ethan, what's going on? You seem so serious." She sat down, pulling Mia onto her lap. Mia looked up, her bright brown eyes wide. "Mr. Ethan, are you giving gifts? I want superhero toys." Ethan smiled, kneeling before them, his hand trembling as he took the ring box from his pocket. The candlelight crackled, like the heartbeat of a moment about to change lives. "Mia, Lily, since meeting both of you, I've relearned how to live, not just for work, but for true happiness." He opened the box, a silver ring glinting in the candlelight. "Lily, I want us to be a family. I want to be the father Mia deserves, and the person by your side every day. Will you marry me?" Lily covered her mouth, her eyes tearing up, voice trembling. "Ethan, I didn't expect... She paused, looking at Mia. "Mia, what do you think? Mr. Ethan wants to be our family." Mia looked up, her eyes red but bright. I always dreamed of having a dad. After Mom Sarah died, I thought there'd never be anyone else." She hugged Ethan, tears streaming. "Mr. Ethan, I want you to be my dad, but you have to promise not to leave me and Ms. Lily." Ethan hugged Mia tightly, his voice breaking. "I promise, little one. Forever." He looked at Lily, his eyes full of emotion. Lily, you're my light. I've lost so much, but I don't want to lose this chance. Lily nodded, tears rolling down her cheeks. Ethan, I agree. For Mia. For us. She slipped the ring onto her finger, the silver sparkle a testament of commitment. The piano music slowed, singing of a new beginning. Suddenly, Ethan was so nervous that he dropped the ring box on the floor, which rolled deep under the table. Mia giggled, jumping down to pick it up. Mr. Ethan, you're so clumsy. Next time, practice proposing first. She held up the ring box, pretending to be a host. I declare Mr. Ethan and Ms. Lily officially a family. Ethan and Lily laughed, tears flowing, hugging in a warm circle. After dinner, the three of them sat on the sofa, Mia lying between them, hugging Sarah's teddy bear. Mr. Ethan, Ms. Lily, I was afraid you'd go back to the big company, leaving me and Ms. Lily. But now I know you'll stay here, Mia whispered, her voice small but sure. Ethan patted her head, his voice deep. I gave up Vanguard for both of you. Nothing is more important than family. Lily held Ethan's hand, her eyes bright. Ethan, the Sarah Carter Foundation is our way to keep her legacy alive. But this family is our legacy. She paused, her voice choked with emotion. I once thought losing Sarah was losing everything, but you and Mia have given me a reason to continue. Ethan squeezed Lily's hand, his chest tight. Lily, I also lost my light when my wife died, but you and Mia brought it back. He looked at Mia, yawning, her eyes droopy. Mia, you're my superhero. You saved me from the day you brought that drawing. Mia smiled, her voice sleepy. I know, I'm the superhero, and you're the super dad. She hugged Ethan and Lily tightly and fell asleep in their arms. The candlelight crackled along with Mia's soft breathing, like a promise of eternal happiness. Ethan and Lily sat there, candlelight shining on their faces, tears flowing but with radiant smiles. A new family has formed. But what will their journey be like as they step into the future? Yerba Buena Park, San Francisco, was aglow in bright sunshine, with colorful balloons floating in the blue sky. Children's laughter mingled with the gentle violin music from the band, creating a festival atmosphere full of joy. A year after his proposal, Ethan Caldwell and Lily Harper held the first scholarship ceremony for the Sarah Carter Foundation, providing opportunities to 100 orphan children. Ethan, in a blue suit, Mia's favorite color, stood on stage, his deep blue eyes shining with hope. Lily, in a white elegant dress, her lightly curled brown hair swaying, coordinated the volunteers with a radiant smile. Mia, with her ponytail swinging, ran around the park handing out materials to guests, her cheeky voice echoing. Who doesn't have a program yet? I'm the little MC here. Ethan looked down at Mia, smiling. You do a better job as MC than I do, kiddo. Mia gave a thumbs up, her brown eyes sparkling. Uncle Ethan, this foundation belongs to my mom, right? I want to tell everyone about her. Lily held Mia's hand, her voice gentle. You will make your mom proud, Mia. The ceremony began, with applause resounding like waves. Mia stepped onto the stage, holding the microphone, her voice small but strong. Hello everyone, I'm Mia. My mom, Sarah Carter, left this foundation to help kids like me, those without parents. She paused, her eyes tearing. My mom died in an accident, but Uncle Ethan and Aunt Lily gave me a new family. The audience fell silent, many wiping tears. Ethan and Lily exchanged glances, their hands intertwined, hearts tight with emotion. Suddenly, a woman approached the stage, her blonde hair tied high, with sharp eyes. Clara Evans, 35, Ethan's childhood friend and former lover, now a successful businesswoman. Her high heels clicked on the path, like the heartbeat of a secret about to burst. Clara took the microphone, her voice confident. I'm Clara Evans, and I am proud to announce a $5 million investment in the Sarah Carter Foundation. to continue Sarah's legacy. The audience applauded, but Clara looked at Ethan with a silky smile. Ethan and I were best friends in college. We promised each other we'd change the world together, didn't we, Ethan? Ethan stiffened, his deep blue eyes wavering. Lily, standing beside, held Mia's hand tightly, her smile fading. Mia whispered, worried, "Aunt Lily, who is Miss Clara? Does Uncle Ethan know her?" Lily tried to smile, but her eyes were full of doubt. "Just an old friend, Mia. Don't worry." Clara continued, her voice sweet but sharp. "Ethan, remember the days we dreamed of a big charity? I'm here to fulfill that promise." She stepped forward, hugging Ethan in front of the press, flashes going off. Lily turned away, her heart tightening, like a misunderstanding cracking between them. The audience buzzed, some journalists noting down hurriedly. Sensing the drama, Ethan gently pushed Clara away, his voice deep. "Clara, thank you for your investment. But this foundation is for Sarah, Mia, and Lily." He looked at Lily, his gaze pleading, but she bowed her head, holding Mia tighter. Mia tugged Lily's hand, her voice trembling. "Aunt Lily, Uncle Ethan won't leave us for Ms. Clara, right?" After the ceremony, Ethan found Lily in a corner of the park, where she was arranging paperwork, her expression sad. The wind rustled through the balloons, as if carrying doubts. "Lily," Ethan said, his voice urgent. "Clara was a college friend, but she is not my future. You and Mia are everything." He took Lily's hand, but she gently withdrew. "Ethan," she talked about a promise. "I saw how she looked at you. I'm scared of losing this family." Ethan knelt before Lily, his gaze steady. "Lily, I loved Clara when I was young, but that's the past. I chose you from the day you and Mia entered my life. I promise, nothing can change that." Lily looked at him, her eyes filling with tears, but a faint smile formed on her lips. Mia ran over, wrapping her arms around Ethan's leg, her voice worried. "Uncle Ethan, does Ms. Clara want to take you? I don't want you to leave." Ethan patted Mia's head, smiling. "Kiddo, I'm not going anywhere. I'm yours and Aunt Lily's, forever." Mia leaped up, hugging them both, tears falling but with a bright smile. Clara approached, her eyes softening. "Ethan, Lily, I'm sorry. I got jealous seeing you happy with your new family. I wanted to test you, but I was wrong." She looked at Mia, her voice choked. "This foundation is for Sarah, and I will support it wholeheartedly without interference." Lily nodded, her gaze softening. "Thank you, Clara. Sarah would want us united." Ethan and Lily held hands, their eyes woven together, a pledge to overcome every misunderstanding. Mia squeezed in, raising her fist. "I'm the little MC. I declare Uncle Ethan and Aunt Lily big winners." The little girl tried to tie her shoelaces, but they tangled, prompting Ethan to kneel to help. Mia giggled. "If you can't tie knots, how are you going to knot wedding ties, huh?" Ethan and Lily burst into laughter, tears falling as they embraced under the sunlight. The violin played, singing of their happiness. Ethan and Lily had overcome misunderstandings. But would Clara truly leave their family in peace? Or was another secret waiting? Yerba Buena Park, San Francisco, bathed in deep purple dusk, with white bouquets lining the path, shimmering under twinkling candlelight. Slow violin music played, blending with the distant waves from the bay, creating a wedding atmosphere filled with love. Ethan Caldwell, in a blue suit, stood on the floral stage, his deep blue eyes shining brightly as he gazed at Lily Harper, her wedding dress sparkling like stars. Mia, in a pink dress with a big bow, her ponytail swinging, walked as the flower girl, smiling radiantly like sunshine. After the misunderstanding with Clara Evans, the question of whether Clara would leave their family in peace still hung. But today, Ethan and Lily decided to close the past with an eternal promise. Ethan held Lily's hands, his voice deep but choked with emotion. Lily, from the day you and Mia came into my life, I've relearned how to love, how to live for true happiness. I promise to be with you and Mia forever. He slipped the ring onto Lily's finger, the silver glinting under the sunset, an unspoken vow. Lily, her eyes brimming with tears, smiled. Ethan, you gave Mia and me a family. I thought losing Sarah was losing everything, but you are our new light. She grasped Ethan's hands, tears streaming down her cheeks. I promise to build happiness with you, for Mia, for us. Mia, in the middle, tossed flowers into the air, her voice teasing. I declare Uncle Ethan and Aunt Lily as my parents. The little girl hugged them both, tears falling but her smile beaming. The audience applauded, flowers gently falling on the stage, singing of a new beginning. Suddenly, Clara Evans stepped forward, her blonde hair tied high, her eyes gentle. Her high heels clicked softly on the path, like the heartbeat of a secret revealed. Ethan, Lily, I have a gift for this special day, Clara said, presenting an old diary, its leather cover worn. I found it in the Vanguard archives, Sarah Carter's diary. Lily covered her mouth, her hands trembling as she took the diary. Sarah, she whispered, her voice breaking. Ethan opened the diary, his eyes filled with emotion as he read a passage. If I'm gone, give Mia a loving family. She deserves parents, deserves happiness. I trust someone will continue my dream. Ethan looked at Lily, tears streaming. Sarah knew we would find each other. Clara bowed her head, her voice choked. I was jealous of your happiness, but after reading this diary, I know Sarah wanted this. I'm sorry for the misunderstanding before. I will support Sarah's foundation. For Mia. Lily hugged Clara, her eyes red. Thank you, Clara. Sarah would be proud of all of us. Mia, hugging her mother's teddy bear, ran up. Ms. Clara, Uncle Ethan, Aunt Lily, my mom is smiling up there, right? The little girl looked up, her eyes bright. Ethan knelt, hugging Mia. Yes, kiddo. Your mom is the brightest star. After the wedding, the three moved to the Mission Community Center, where Mia led an art exhibition by the Sarah Carter Foundation. Children's laughter echoed, mingling with the scent of paint and fresh flowers. Mia, still in her pink dress, stood before the painting, My New Family, depicting Ethan, Lily, and herself under the sunshine. These are my parents, Mia said confidently to the audience. Mom Sarah gave me Uncle Ethan and Aunt Lily. I'm not afraid anymore. Ethan and Lily stood behind, their hands intertwined, tears falling. Mia, you are Sarah's most beautiful legacy, Lily whispered. Ethan squeezed her hand, his voice deep. And our greatest happiness. That evening at Ethan's home, they held a small family party, warm lights casting on a table filled with Mia's homemade cookies. Mia pulled Ethan to the floor, directing him to dance. Dad, your dancing is so bad. Mom Lily, teach him. The little girl giggled, pretending to be a choreographer. Ethan pretended to be clumsy, stumbling into Lily, causing all three to laugh loudly. Lily hugged Mia, her voice choked. Mia, you are Mom's light, and Dad Ethan's too. Ethan smiled, embracing them both. From Mia's drawing of a red tie to today, we've come a long way. But this is just the beginning. The piano music played, singing of their eternal love. The journey of Ethan, Lily, and Mia is a testament that love and happiness always triumph. If this story made you smile, moved you, or made you believe in miracles, please leave a comment, hit like, share, and subscribe to True Millionaire Moments. Share a happy moment in your life that changed everything. Thank you, everyone.